Saha, and welcome to the Insurtech Story podcast, the platform to spread knowledge on insurance innovation, digital disruptions, and entrepreneurship. Our website, insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, and Google. Today, we will discuss on the topic the future of genetics and insurance. And for now, I'm delighted to welcome our guest, Effie Binder, who is the co-founder of Futura Genetics. So, Effie, would you like to talk a bit on your background and your role at Futura Genetics?
Yes, thank you very much. So first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me. Today, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Futura Genetics, and we are leveraging genomics in order to help carriers, mostly life insurers today, but also health, to extend and improve the life of their policyholders. And by doing this, also mitigating their own risk and creating new upsales and cross-sales opportunities. As for my background, I have a BA in economics and an MBA from Hebrew University in Jerusalem. I used to work for the Ministry of Finance for a few years before moving on to management consulting. And through my work at management consulting, I got to be familiar with biotech and biotech innovation. And 7 years ago, I opened up my first direct-to-consumer genomics company, where we sold over 10,000 genetic kits, providing some kind of analytics back to our clients. And almost 3 years ago, I co-founded Futura Genetics together with Ram Varsha in order to really leverage our previous experience and bring something new, not just to preventive care, but also to the insurance industry.
Amazing. So, from economics to consulting to biotechnology, so what brings the insurance part to it?
So, what connects it all are two things. First is behavioral economics, which is a very important aspect of what we're doing, and actually important aspect of what the insurance industry is trying to do today. Today, the insurance industry is trying to be more proactive in anticipating risk and mitigating those risks. And behavioral economics, it's an important part of driving action, and how can we, as carriers, for example, can make sure our policyholders are being medically compliant, are doing the best that they can in order to be healthy. The second element is the alignment of interests, this is a pure economic issue, how to create a system where all the interests are aligned for the same purpose. And I will explain with what we do at Futura Genetics with life insurance. So we at Futura, we want the policyholders to live longer, detect early diseases early on, and eventually leading to less premature death. So this is perfectly aligned with the policyholder. He wants the same. He wants to live longer, better, healthier. And this is also aligned with the life insurer carrier. He wants the policyholder to basically not die during the term of insurance. So here we've created an alignment of interest. And I can go on and talk deeper about the alignment of interest also with brokers and also with reinsurers. But in our case, what we create is a system that everyone is aligned and we have the same interest. And now it's easier to color that with the economic advantage for each part in that equation, and therefore create a business model that represent the alignment of interest to create a greater good for the policyholder, for the carrier, and for the rest of the value chain.
It's a very, very interesting case of how you guys are bringing insurance in genetics, and of course transforming the overall patient's the entire life cycle on how they go through their financial journey. So it's excellent, and a warm welcome to the show, Effie.
Thank you.
Just moving on to our discussion points, with the increasing popularity of direct to consumer genetic testing, that's happening globally, how do you think this will impact the future of genetics and insurance?
Okay, this is a great question. So, if genetic products are becoming more sophisticated and more common, as you said. And if we think about it, where this is going, where we will be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, this is going to a place where people can have a perfect understanding of their genome and their risks according to that. And if we continue without the insurance industry being involved in genetic testing, we will get to a point where the asymmetry in information is so huge that the customers, they know if they possess the risk or not, and they will only buy insurance if it's profitable for them. And this would be basically the end of insurance as we know it. And what we're thinking in Futura Genetics, instead of going through that, each party trying to keep the data the best they can and to use it only for their use of better pricing, better purchasing of insurer, try to think of a new way to use this genetic data together for a cause that would be more beneficial for all parties. So what we're saying here for the insurance industry is don't wait for that to happen. Be involved today instead of waiting for the customers to have this perfect information. Be part of that a wave of innovation in genetics and in direct to consumer, and provide it for free to your customers. Not only that, provide it together with genetic counseling like we do,
Right.
and long-term guidance that will make sure the people are using the genetic test not in order to choose the best insurance and to try to save a few dollars, but in order to use it for preventive reasons, in order to really live longer, better, and decrease the chances of them claiming their insurance policies.
Right. What I like the most here is you are also, apart from the services and products that you offer, there's also the element of education and awareness. I think that's what is lacking in the insurance sector all over the world. People are not really aware of what's there in it for them, right? So the aspect of coaching and education, the creating the awareness campaigns regarding what's actually being offered, I think that's something is very interesting and certainly going to be more credible for any future services or products that's any companies or the sector is going to bring in. So that's a fantastic job there. So Effie, as personalized medicine becomes more prevalent, do you see insurance policies changing this to accommodate this sort of happening? Where do you see, rather to simplify the question, where do you see insurance playing a role in this?
Yeah, so I think we're seeing it today. The demand for personalization is huge because the technology today allows us to get many services in a very personal way, and this is just improving. And I'm not just talking about medicine. Everything is becoming more personalized, and we've seen that already happening in insurance with more personalized policies that are fitting to the behavior of the consumer. I think the best example that is prevalent today in insurance is Vitality and Vitality-like solutions
Right.
that allows the premiums or discounts, which is kind of the same eventually, to be determined by the engagement of the person with his health. This is what Vitality is doing, and this is some kind of personalized insurance. We can think about personalized underwriting, and this is also happening. What is not fully happening, it's what the entire industry, the insurance industry, is lacking, is what's happening post underwriting. And this is a room for personalization that will also help solve one of the biggest pain of the insurance industry, which is retention, that people are moving from company to company. But with more personalization, people would eventually stay more with the company because they already get familiar with the product. They have a product that is really fit to their needs, and it's evolving with their needs over time. For example, Futura Genetics is not just a personalized preventive care platform that help you in a single point in time, but it is continuously changing with you as the data changes, the science advances, and as you change as a person, your needs, your medical needs, the system changes with you, and so are the recommendations, and the way you are seeing it. And receiving personalized products, I think, is the key, not just in post underwriting, but also, as I said, in other ways in insurance, is the key for continuous growth and remaining and remaining a valid option to consumers, because insurance that won't be personalized would be left behind.
Right. So, what are some potential ways that insurers can use genetic information to improve health outcomes of patients?
Okay. So first of all, I'll talk about what we do at Futura, and then I will lay out some other ways that genetics can help. And maybe it would help a little bit if I will structure it even more. We can think about the life cycle of a patient. First of all, it's not a patient; it's a person like me and you, hopefully a healthy person. So the first element is prevention. Let's do prevention. If we're not able to prevent the disease, let's do detection now. Let's detect the disease as early as possible. And if we detected the disease and we are really ill, now let's try to get the best treatment that we can. And now how genetics play part in that role. So genetics plays a big part in that role in every element. Prevention. So you have not too many a solution like Futura, but taking care of the preventive side, taking the genetic data, combining it with behavioral and health data in order to give the best clinical recommendation and drive to action in order to prevent or delay diseases. The second part would be detection. Companies, for example, like Grail, that partner up with Munich Re and is already distributing their product with John Hancock today in the United States. Grail, if you're not familiar, in a simple way, it's a very sophisticated blood test, genetic test, to detect 50 different types of cancer early on. Detection as opposed to a prevention. And this means the ability to detect really early on cancer. And this is through genetics, and it's working today through the insurance. And this is what we in the insurance industry should offer, this type of solution to help people diagnose cancer as early as possible. And obviously, Futura is a big part of it, because what we're doing is we are actually marking and helping people understand that they are at really high risk for cancer and they should maybe consider doing some kind of test for early detection. The third part would be treatment. Companies like, for example, Genomic Life, a company that is basing the treatment according to your genetics. This is really important in cancer treatment, and this is an area called pharmacogenomics, and it's just growing and would be an important part of the insurance, and insurance today already covering in some way these personal treatments. So really, genomics have the ability to be involved in every part of the process. And if we think about carriers that want to be proactive in mitigating the risk, so genomics is a must-have tool in their arsenal. but has a lot of regulatory problems that are not easy to solve and easy to use by the carrier. Maybe this would be your next question. I don't know.
I mean, it's a great subject, and it's a very interesting subject. It's a very new, evolving area that people must look at, and of course, a great opportunity for the insurance companies as the healthcare sector transforms with technology and, of course, biotech. To be precise, the opportunity is immense, and it's just a matter of time and that how it evolves and how we adopt. So thank you, Effie. It was a fantastic discussion, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. A true delight to have you as our guest.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking with you.
And lastly, to wrap this up, thank you for listening, and see you at our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.